Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a horror movie review and I'll be having a look at The Apparition. So this is a 2012 movie, and basically we start off with the prologue showing a group of people in the 70s trying to do some sort of seance to contact someone who's passed away. Cut to modern times and we see a group of college students doing a similar experiment, trying to use what they call the child's experiments with a bunch of sort of scientific technology. Ultimately things go wrong and one of the girls seems to just disappear in thin air. And then basically the rest of the story focuses on a young couple, one of which we learn is obviously was a part of this experiment where this college girl disappeared, and he's got this sort of new girlfriend and sort of living happily with her in this kind of new house, and strange stuff starts to happen, and obviously she's kind of freaked out. He has some idea what's going on, but he sort of keeps it to himself ultimately. And obviously it turns out that this experiment has unleashed this kind of force, this unknown force that's terrorising specifically him and obviously everyone involved with the experiment. And they kind of get the help of this other guy who was at the experiment, the other survivor. And this guy is this sort of crazy English bloke who seems to sort of have all these sort of scientific theories, none of which are right, I have to sort of point out. And it's just like, every time there's an experiment, it never works. So why does he keep doing it? Literally, you'll see about 4 sort of scientific attempts, and none of them work. It's just stop doing it. You're making it worse. And basically, it's just this sort of couple really just got slowly sort of terrorised by sort of strange things happening and kind of patches of like fairly aggressive mould appearing on the house and things like that. It's a very, very run-of-the-mill horror film. It's quite a short movie. I think it's less than 80 minutes long. And so it rattles at a fair old pace, but there's not a lot to it. The story is fairly sort of simplistic. It's just this sort of couple really just getting terrorised, and there's not a hell of a lot of scares, to be quite honest. I mean, there's a few sort of jump scares here and there, but you never really see anything sort of too special. There's a couple of like images, and there's some interesting stuff it does with furniture, I'll admit, but there's maybe one creepy scene where you kind of see this kind of like almost like a female ghost sort of creeping around, but that's the really only ever time you actually get a look about what's happening. And it's just kind of just nothing to it. There's nothing to this film. It's so sort of just generic and kind of run of the mill. It really sort of just falls away as a completely forgettable film. It's not a terrible film, but it's just there's just nothing to it. And this was a movie that got a cinematic release, so it isn't a kind of a film that's come out straight to DVD. So I probably would expect something a little bit better ultimately. But I've seen better B-movie horror films, to be quite honest. And I have to say I thought the ending was disappointing. I won't say what it is, but it's a very sort of anticlimactic ending, and it's just something you can see kind of. I mean, there's no surprises in this film whatsoever. It is pretty much just a by the numbers haunted house movie, but it isn't particularly scary. Doesn't particularly have a lot of effects on it. I mean, the characters, I guess, were okay, but like I said, the scientific one is constantly wrong, and I guess the female lead is probably okay. The male lead maybe comes across as a bit of a knob, but I think that's what these characters really deserve. But again, it's just nothing special. So to be quite honest, because this was a kind of a higher release, I almost had to scrutinise it that much more. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 10. It's probably below average in my estimation for these horror films. So 4.5. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on it? Leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.